Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the next topic that comes under private, public, and global enterprises, students. And the name of the next topic is statutory corporation or public corporation. Earlier, students, in this chapter, we have decided about the private sector enterprises, public sector enterprises, and multinational corporations. Right, students? You know, private sector enterprises consist of individuals who are owned, managed, and controlled by individuals or group of individuals. Public sector enterprises which are owned, managed, and controlled by the central government or the state government or both. Right, students? The examples of private sector enterprises are, students, sole proprietorship, partnership, joint Hindu family business, cooperative society, and company. Right, students? And the example of public sector enterprises are, students, departmental undertaking, right, students, statutory corporation or public corporation or government company. Right, students? One more thing is that we have also discussed global enterprises. Global enterprises are also known as MNCs, multinational corporation or transnational corporation. Right, students? A company whose business is more than one country, who operates in more than one country, that is known as global enterprises or multinational corporation. I gave you the example of Coke, Samsung, Sony, LG, right, students? So we have discussed the public sector enterprises are of three types: departmental undertaking, statutory corporation, and government company. We have already discussed in the previous session, students, departmental undertaking. It is the oldest form of undertaking which is run by the central government or by the state government. Right, students, where strict secrecy are maintained, departmental undertaking is very much necessary. For example, defense. Right, students, telegraph, post and telegraph, broadcasting, railways. Right, students, so that were the departmental undertaking. Today we are going to discuss statutory corporation. Now, students, what do you mean by statutory corporation or public corporation? Statutory corporation. A statutory corporation has been set up by the special act of the parliament or by the central government or by the state government. Right, students? I repeat, a statutory corporation or public corporation has been set up by the special act of the parliament. It comes into existence by the special act of the parliament and with the help of central or state legislature. It can define its power within the central and state legislature. For example, let's take the example of statutory corporation, students. The example of statutory corporations are Oil and Natural Gas Commission, Unit Trust of India, Life Insurance Corporation, State Bank of India, Reserve Bank of India, Air India. Right, students? These are some of the example of statutory corporation. Right, students? So these are under the special act of the parliament formation and by the state and the central legislature, students. The act defines its powers. Right, it has a separate legal entity. Right, so let's discuss the merits and demerits of public corporation or statutory corporation. Right, students, the very first is administrative autonomy. Right, students, as it has been independence in its autonomy, freedom of work is very much there, students. So there is freedom in the board of directors work. Right, students, who operate the statutory corporation, the board of directors appointed by the central government or the state government. Right, students, they are working in the statutory corporation. Right, so let's discuss administrative autonomy. It manages its affairs with independence and flexibility. Motive of public corporation is service to general public. The main motive of statutory corporation is the development of a country to serve the general public. Right, students? और जबकि departmental undertaking में students, the main motive of a departmental undertaking is to earn money, is to earn profit through public service, giving service to the public. और बेटा जो भी amount होता था, it has been deposited in the government treasury. Right, students? सरकारी खजाने में amount जमा हो जाता था. So here under statutory corporation, administrative autonomy is there, students. It manages its affairs with independence and flexibility. Motive of public corporation is service to general public. It operates under the total control of the central or the state government. Right, students, I hope it is very much clear to you. It operates under the total control of the central or state government. right students? So come to the next one, quick decision. There is less file work and less formalities to be completed before taking decisions, right students? As in case of departmental undertaking, right student, bureaucracy is very much there, rat tapism is very much there students. All the persons working in the organization, they are the civil servants. They had to take the permission of the ministry concerned or from the higher authorities, right student? ऐसा इसमें भी है, लेकिन इसमें बेटा फ्रीडम है, जबकि डिपार्टमेंटल अंडरटेकिंग के अंदर फ्रीडम इतनी नहीं होती थी, right students? So quick decision, there is less file work and less formalities to be completed before taking decisions. It is accountable to parliament or state legislature for its operations, right students? It can submit its working to the parliament, right students? Service motive, right? The basic motive of statutory corporation or public corporation is service motive. Development of a country, service of a society. Activities are discussed in parliament. This ensures protection of public interest. It is created by the act of parliament or central or state legislature. It has a separate legal entity, right students? Statutory corporation has a separate legal entity distinct from its members. I hope the third service motive is very much clear to you. Now come to the next one, efficient staff. Now under public corporation or statutory corporation have their own rules and regulations regarding remuneration and recruitment of employees, right students? It has a separate legal entity. Its act defines by the central and state legislature. So students, recruitment और appointment of employees भी बेटा अलग तरीके से इसके अंदर होते हैं, right students? It is managed by the board of directors who are nominated by the government, right students? इसके अंदर जो भी board of directors who are working, they are nominated by the government, and the recruitment has to be done through government also, like UPSC, SSC, Staff Selection Commission, Union Public Service Commission, right students? Professional management. Its board of directors consists of business experts and also the representative of various groups such as labor, consumers nominated by the government. The accounts of public corporation are generally audited by the controller and auditor general. जो भी इनके accounts होते हैं, it has been checked by the auditor general which has been appointed by the central government or by the state government, right students? It is free from political interference relatively. As compared to departmental undertaking, public corporation is free from political interference. I hope this is very much clear to you. So students, I hope the merits is very much clear to you. So department under public corporation or statutory corporation, it has a separate legal entity. It has been created by the special act of the parliament, students, right? Our professional management is very much there, students, under public corporation or statutory corporation, students. So I hope it is very much clear to you, right? So public corporation, it is created by the act of the parliament, right students? It operates under the total control of the central or state legislature, right? The power, objectives and limitations of public corporations are defined in the act only. It has a separate legal entity, students. It gets incorporated automatically with the act passed in the parliament. It is managed by the board of directors, right students? It is managed by the board of directors who are nominated by the government. The public corporation has its own rules and recruitments and remuneration for its staff and employees, right students? It enjoys administrative autonomy as it is relatively free from the political interference, right students? I hope it is very much clear to you. Its powers, objectives, limitations, etc. are all decided by the act of legislature, right? And act of legislature कौन सा बेटा? Central government or the state government? Central government or the state government. I hope it is very much clear to you, students. Now let's discuss the limitations of or demerits of a public corporations. Freedom बेटा on papers पर है, चाहे whether it is a departmental undertaking, whether it is a public corporation, right students? Freedom is on papers only. Lot of interference are there in public corporation or statutory corporation also, as it is come into existence with the special act of the parliament. So it has got the interference from the ministry also. Right, so let's discuss the autonomy on papers only. Practically, ministers, government officials, and political parties often interfere with the working of these corporations. Government officials, political parties, right, students, and the topmost ministers, they are interfere in the public corporation. All actions of the enterprises are subject to many rules and regulations. जिस तरीके से बेटा डिपार्टमेंटल अंडरटेकिंग के अंदर देयर आर सेवरल रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, उसी तरीके से बेटा पब्लिक कॉर्पोरेशन के अंदर देयर आर सेवरल रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस. हर रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन से वी हैव टू पास थ्रू द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस. जो भी एम्प्लॉयज वहाँ पे वर्क करते हैं, दे हैव टू गेट परमिशन, गेट द अथॉरिटी फ्रॉम द टॉप मोस्ट ऑफिशियल्स और फ्रॉम द टॉप मोस्ट मिनिस्टर्स. ओनली देन दे कैन टेक द डिसीजन अंडर पब्लिक कॉर्पोरेशन ऑल्सो. सो autonomy on papers only. Lot of interference is there with from the minister side or from the top official sides. Now come to second, lack of initiative. Public corporation do not face any competition and are not guided by profit motive. As I told you earlier, public corporation does not face any competition and not they are guided by the profit motive. They are opened, they are come into existence with to serve the society. So the employees do not take initiative to increase the profits and reduce cost. I hope it is very much clear to you. So this is lack of initiative, students. Now come to the another one, rigid structure. The objects and power of statutory corporation are defined by the Act, and these cannot be amended without changing the Act. Whatever may be the rules and regulations, whatever may be the functions of a statutory corporation, they are not amended unless and until by the top officials or by the ministry concerned. Right, students? And it is a time consuming process. Sometimes some matters are referred by the government for further classifications or final decisions which further delay actions. As I told you earlier, in the case of departmental undertaking also, and same in the case of statutory corporation, this is the very much important limitation. It has got the rigid structure, right? In every authority, every decision has to be passed through the topmost officials of the central government or the state government or through the parliament. Only then the employees are able to clarify the further proceedings of the working of statutory corporation or public corporation. So this has got the rigid structure. Let's discuss again, students. The objects and power of statutory corporation are defined by the Act, as these cannot be amended without changing the Act, and it is a time consuming process. Sometimes some matters are referred by the government for further classification or final decisions which further delay actions. I hope this is very much important to you. This is clear to you, students. Now come to the another point. The another disadvantage is unfair practices. Right, students? The public corporation are indulging in the unfair trade practices or restrictive trade practices also for making profits. Right, students? So let's discuss it. Unfair practices. The governing body of a statutory corporation may indulge in anti-social practices. It may charge unduly high price from the consumers to cover up inefficiency. Right, students? Sometimes they charge the unfair prices from the consumers to cover up their loss or to cover up their inefficiency. Generally, statutory corporations do not face any competition and do not have profit objectives, due to which their functioning may turn out to be inefficient. As I told you earlier, students, statutory corporation is not to earn profit, so their functioning may be inefficient. Right, students? The person working in the statutory corporation, they do not get any initiative, right, for increasing profits, for increasing the working of the statutory corporation in financial terms, because they only can get the salary. Right, students? So these enterprises can indulge in unfair trade practices or restrictive trade practices and charging unfair prices from the consumers also. Lack of professional education. As beta statutory corporation consists of the ministers, right, students, or the outsiders. Right, outsiders means the government officials. Right, they are not fully qualified professional in today's scenario. As per the today's scenario, they are not much qualified. और हम आज के सिनेरियो की बात करें तो बेटा आजकल के मिनिस्टर्स जो हमें क्वालिफिकेशन चाहिए उनसे, जो उनकी तरफ से वर्किंग चाहिए होती है, जो उनकी तरफ से एफिशिएंसी चाहिए होती है, इट इज मिसिंग इन स्टैट्यूटरी कॉर्पोरेशन. सो लेट डिस्कस इट स्टूडेंट्स. Lack of professional education. The members of the board of directors of a public corporation are appointed by the government and they consist of politicians, civil servants, and professionals. In many cases, they lack professional education, right, students, and training required to manage the corporation. Whatever the things, necessary things are required to manage the corporation, it is lacking in the statutory corporation. I hope it is very much clear to you. So let's discuss again, students. Lack of professional education. The members of the board of directors of a public corporation are appointed by the government and they consist of politicians, civil servants, and professionals. In many cases, they lack professional education and training required to manage the corporation. Right, students, I hope it is very much clear to you. So these are the merits and these are the demerits of a statutory corporation or public corporation. Right, students, as compared to departmental undertaking, these institutions, public corporation is free. Right, students, freely working होती है इसके अंदर. Right, departmental undertaking is also freely working होती है, लेकिन उसमें that was the oldest form of business public sector enterprises, and statutory corporation come under from the special act of the parliament. Okay, students, now where the statutory corporation is suitable, suitability of statutory corporation, where undertakings required monopoly powers. Right, students, where undertaking required monopoly powers. Monopoly means when there is only one seller and with a large number of buyers are there, that comes under statutory corporation. Monopoly powers के अंदर statutory corporation का होना बहुत जरूरी है. So suitability, statutory corporation is suitable where undertakings require monopoly powers, where undertaking requires regular grants from the government. Right, students, the enterprise require huge amount of capital investment. The enterprises have to be run on the business lines, or where public interest must be kept in view by the enterprises. Where public interest, जहाँ पर public interest चाहिए होता है, जहाँ पर monopoly situation चाहिए होती है, where capital investment are required, so statutory corporation has been formed. So let's discuss again, students, the suitability. Where undertakings require monopoly powers, where undertaking requires regular grants from the government, the enterprise required huge amount of capital investment, the enterprises have to be run on business lines, or where public interest must be kept in view by the enterprise. I hope the suitability is very much clear to you. So these are the advantage, merits and demerits of a statutory corporation, students. I hope it is very much clear to you. Now the next is government company. Now what do you mean by the term government company? Government company is that kind of company in which 51% paid up capital is held by the central government or state government, and 49% share capital is held in the public, has to be distributed in the public. That is known as government company. In the next session we will decide the government company, students. So I hope the statutory corporation or public corporation is very much clear to you. So the very first is administrative autonomy, students. I hope it is very much clear. It manages its affairs with independence and flexibility. Motive of public corporation is service to general public. It operates under the total control of the central or the state government. I hope it is very much clear, students. The next, students, is statutory corporation are formed with a service motive and not to earn profit. Right, students, and its profit are there. If profits are there, they are used by it for the public welfare. Right, students, public accountability is the characteristics of a statutory corporation. Right, students, it is managed and controlled by the board of directors who are nominated by the government. However, there is no government interference as compared to the statutory corporation. But the limitation is very much clear to you that there is lot of political interference is there. Right, students, the government has the ultimate financial responsibility and has the power to appropriate its profit and also bear the losses if any, students. Right, students? So Air India, Indian Airlines, Food Corporation of India, Unit Trust of India, Life Insurance Corporation, right, students, RBI, ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Commission, These are some of the examples of a statutory corporation. Right, students? Service motive. Activities are discussed in Parliament. This ensures protection of public interest as it is created by the special act of the Parliament or central or state legislature, as it has a separate legal entity distinct from its members, students. Right? Professional management. Its board of directors consists of business experts and also the representative of various groups such as labor, consumers nominated by the government. The accounts of a public corporation are generally audited by the controller and auditor general. It is free from the political interference. Right, students? So these are the merits. Let's discuss the demerits of a statutory corporation, students. Autonomy on papers only. Practically, ministers, government officials, and political parties often interfere with the working of these corporations. All actions of the enterprises are subject to many rules and regulations. Lack of initiative, students. Public corporations do not face any competition and are guided by the profit motive, so the employees do not take initiative to increase the profit and reduce losses. Rigid structure, students. Of course, the structure is very much rigid. All the amendments, all the changes has been made through the act. Right, students? And this act, the amendment can be made in the Parliament only. Right, students? Because the statutory corporation has been formed through the special act of the Parliament, and amendment means changes. The जो भी changes होंगे with the special act in the Parliament. The objects and power of statutory corporation are defined by the act, and these cannot be amended without changing the act, and it is time consuming process. Sometimes some matters are referred by the government for further classification or final decisions, which further delay actions. Right, students? Unfair practices. The governing body of a statutory corporation may indulge in antisocial practices or unfair trade practices. Right, students? They charge unfair prices also sometimes from the consumers. Right, students? To cover up their inefficiency, to cover up their losses. Right? It may charge unduly high prices from the consumer to cover up inefficiency. Generally, statutory corporations do not face any competition and do not have profit objective, due to which their functioning may turn out to be inefficient. Right, students? Lack of professional education. Right, students? Ministers और जो टॉप मोस्ट गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स हैं, they lack in professional education also, students. Right? I hope it is very much clear, students. If you find any difficulty, you can ask me anytime. Thank you, students.